I disagree with the statement that it is easier to be a teacher than to be a student. While students have the responsibility of learning, teachers carry the burden of ensuring that learning happens effectively. For example, teachers must prepare lesson plans, manage classroom behavior, and cater to students with different learning styles, all while keeping their knowledge up to date. Additionally, teachers often work long hours grading assignments and providing feedback. In contrast, students primarily focus on understanding and applying what they learn in class. Although studying can be challenging, the level of responsibility and multitasking required for teaching makes it harder, in my opinion. I disagree with the statement that it is easier to be a teacher than to be a student. Being a teacher involves significant responsibilities, such as preparing lessons, managing classroom behavior, and ensuring students understand complex concepts. For example, teachers often spend hours outside of class grading assignments and creating engaging materials. Additionally, they must adapt their teaching methods to suit different learning styles, which can be challenging. On the other hand, while students have to study and complete homework, they primarily focus on absorbing information rather than delivering it effectively. Therefore, I believe being a teacher requires more effort and skill compared to being a student. I agree that it is easier to be a teacher than to be a student. As a teacher, you already have the knowledge and experience, so your main task is to share that with others in an organized way. For example, when I observed my math teacher, she prepared lessons once but delivered them multiple times to different classes. On the other hand, as a student, you constantly face new challenges, learning complex concepts, meeting deadlines, and preparing for exams. Students also need to adapt to various teaching styles, which can be stressful. Teachers might have pressure too, but their role allows more control over pacing and planning compared to students who must absorb everything within limited time frames. This makes being a teacher relatively easier. I agree that it is easier to be a teacher than to be a student. As a teacher, you already have the knowledge and experience, so your main task is to guide others and present information clearly. For example, teachers can prepare lessons in advance and reuse materials for different classes, which makes their work more predictable. On the other hand, students face constant challenges like learning new concepts, meeting deadlines, and taking exams. They must also adapt to various teaching styles. While both roles require effort, being a teacher offers more control over the workload and schedule, making it less stressful compared to the demanding life of a student.